The Stockholm City Museum, also known as Stadsmuseet, was for the first time built in the middle of the 16th century by a man called Nicodemus the Elder. In 1683, the building almost burned down to the ground, but Nicodemus' son, Nicodemus the Younger, decided to renovate the whole building. It was in the 1930s the museum moved in and opened to public in 1942. Today you can find all kinds of different facts about Stockholm there.
Wilhelm Klemming was both architect and builder of the apartment at Götgatan 7. He wanted to demonstrate his ideas about how greenery could be reintroduced into the stone heart of the city. On the roof of the building he planted a lush garden, which attended an artist studio. The ground floor is decorated with round stones set in exposed concrete walls. Today the building serves as a hotel for members of parliament. In 1994 it underwent an award-winning renovation.
Louis de Geer's palace is built by an unknown architect in 1646-51. A restoration was made in 1964. The Dutch embassy, which it is located on Götgatan 16. It was built as a private palace for the Dutch Louis de Geer, who was famous for his important work in the iron industry. When Louis died, the palace was instead owned by Ebba Brahe, Louis' widow. The portal of the house is representative for the appearance of the house, built by Jost Henn. If you walk through this portal, you will get to a yard with a statue in the center of this. There's 8 pilasters, and the 4 innermost of these carry a triangle-shaped roof, which gives a temple-like appearance.
The palace was built in 1671 for Thomas van der Noot, who was a Dutch captain in the service of the Swedish Navy. Thomas and his family lived here until he died in 1677. Later on, during the 18th century, it became housing for wealthy families. And in the 19th century, the palace was used for many different activities. Today, it's owned by the city of Stockholm. And if you want to, you can, for example, have a party or a conference or even a wedding here. And as you can see, the middle part is decorated with mermaids, and the building has very tall and wide windows, so it's a very old and beautiful building. And on the other side, you find a small garden.
The Lilienhofske Palace was built during 1668 to 1670 by the Dutch tradesman Joachim Putter. He was later raised to the nobility of Lilienhof, and the palace was named after him. Originally, the palace had a garden facing the lake Saltburen. In 1886, the palace became a poorhouse, but in the year of 1900, the palace was bought by the city and worked as then and nowadays as a restaurant and apartment building.